Well,
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was.
that's just the way it goes, guys.
And the vision that was
That's the way it is.
in my brain.
So, they didn't really address it. They just talked about some bullshit for a while. Man. I really gotta say, guys.
Narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath a
This isn't looking good for Marathon.
I turned my collar to
It's not. There's nothing that's looking good about this at all. It's a shameful display. I mean, look at the amount of audio issues that they had. Like, again, you can't figure out a live stream. You can't figure out your audio. You can't get a Discord call to work. You can't even get their names on the screen. You can't fucking figure out, you can't do the art the right way. The characters look like garbage. Like, it's just, this is it, guys. So, there's, you ever heard the phrase, sometimes you know when to hold them, sometimes you gotta know when to fold them?
that voices never share.
I think it might be time to fold.
Disturb the sound.
I think it might just be time to fold. We did a poll during the event, and it was about if the new name for Marathon is either Art Raiders or Concord 2. It seems like Art Raiders came out ahead, but Concord 2 had a pretty good amount of showing as well. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Art Raiders 1000. Yeah, there we go. That was a disaster. Wow. Bro, that is fucking iconic. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That is fucking iconic.
To the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out in its warning, in the words that it was for me.
Game with a bunch of ugly, androgynous, weird-looking characters that are not appealing to anyone, and you've done this. Like, so even besides this, like, this is, it sucks. It sucks. The whole thing sucked. And so it's DEI slop? Well, I'm not going to say that, but I think a lot of people would. I'll tell you that. And so, anyway, that's apparently what's going to happen. Bungie should respectfully close the project, salvage what they can. Yeah, maybe they should. And how fucked was that? Uninspired thievery on display with total lack of passion from the dev team. I mean, this guy at least seemed like he gave a shit, and I'm sure some of the other guys gave a shit too. But, man, I really feel bad. The art for the game is, like, some of it is okay. The stuff they stole was okay. But the character designs were just garbage, and I don't know what they were thinking by going after them. And, man, they're real. Users 4. There we go. And seeing so much of you defend this shit is abhorrent. It makes my skin crawl. Seek help. Tomorrow's live show will be the most uncomfortable thing to watch. It will be the most uncomfortable thing to watch. Yep, there it is. There's no way to be tactful about it. Ignoring it is bad, and even having a message at the beginning doesn't really mean much when 90% of the stream will contain stolen art. Yep, well, I didn't either. Then it hit me. I didn't even think about this. It's going to 100% be awkward. Well, it certainly was. The game is cursed. Yep, it seems that way. They deserve every awkward, prolonged second that comes with it. I doubt they'll say anything because of HR. Well, they did. And so there we go, guys. There's the event, and we'll look at what some of the new posts about it are. And there it is. There it is. Wow. And wow. Do you think it's a bad time to talk about the Thief Runner? Yeah, I think so. True marathon inspiration and marathon style. And Post Alpha, please don't fumble the stream. Please don't fumble the stream. Well, no, there it is. I guess so. They fumbled it. Well, I don't think it was really that good. I think that honestly, it was going to be bad no matter what. It doesn't matter what they would have done, what would have happened. It was going to be bad regardless.
Bungie is caught up in one of the biggest art theft scandals and accusations I have ever seen in the industry. Their audience is furious, accusations are flying, and it feels like "we're sorry" isn't going to cover it this time. I say this time because this is not the first time it has happened. Let's get into the details right now. To catch you up real quick, there is a big deal going on right now within the Destiny community. It was addressed on the most recent Marathon Play MA, but let me give you just a little bit of context. Long story short, this artist came forward and said the Marathon Alpha released recently, and its environments are covered with assets lifted from posters and designs I made in 2017. This was highlighted to Joseph Cross, and it was highlighted to Bungie. As you can very clearly see, this text is from the trailer. You can go see this right now. It is utilized in several different locations, and it is a direct copy of this creator's poster that was made several years ago. It's not the only example either. These arrows are one-to-one matches, according to this artist, with their arrows. And these icons are basically one-to-one matches with the icons that are used on the side of this building. There is a lot to dive in here on, because Bungie came out and admitted that this has happened and that they have let go of a creator on their team. We immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. This issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. We take matters like this very seriously and have reached out to the artist to discuss this issue and are committed to do right by the artist. As a matter of policy, we do not use the artwork of artists without their permission. To prevent similar issues in the future, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by the former Bungie artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our games, and we are committed to doing right by them. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Well, I mean, that seems good. The artist is quite happy. It said, the artist in question said, "Completely overwhelmed by the response to this. Thank you so much for the support, and especially to those who have donated. It helps enormously." People were asking if this artist was going to sue or not, and they basically said, "I do not have the money or time to deal with a lawsuit." I'm going to put my headphones on because we're going to listen to a clip out from Rebs Gaming, who clipped it out of the stream today, to hear what Bungie said specifically in regards to this particular situation. So here is the commentary from them during the live stream.
And so to that extent, I want to send my personal apology to Anti-Real, whose work was used in this case. And I know how unfair this feels, and we're doing everything we can to make this right with her. Her work is fantastic, and we clearly share mutual appreciation for a specific genre of graphic design, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited to have folded that into our style in general. So thanks for listening.
Now, here's the problem with that statement. One, kudos to them for addressing it head on. But two, that art style is prevalent throughout Marathon. The whole design aesthetic of all the marketing materials of basically everything we have seen about the game thus far is using this other creator's assets. It is a huge problem. During the stream today, they wouldn't even show gameplay because they need to scrub it. And the bigger problem, this is not the first time or second time or third time or fourth time. It might even be the fifth time something like this has come up. Somebody made this handy dandy chart if you're looking for it. 2021 Destiny 2 Witch Queen trailer. Mal E used fan art of Xivu Arath in trailer without credit. Credited after the mistake was noticed. 2023 a Destiny 2 cutscene. The artist Julian Fayola used near identical fan art in the cutscene. Bungie apologized and compensated the artist. In 2024, there was a Nerf incident by Tofu Rabbit. They copied the design for the Nerf replica, and they were in contact to compensate and credit. And in 2025, this Marathon issue happened where there was another issue with assets quite clearly being one-to-one. Now let's talk about Reed, who made a comment back in 2024 when Tofu Rabbit made their comment. He said, I don't think I've ever talked about it publicly, but this isn't the first time this has happened. I had my work ripped off in 2012 when concepts from Destiny leaked. So way, way, way back in 2012, this internal slide was released about Destiny, and it utilized this guy's artwork in the concept art. This was never supposed to be seen by the public. They were going to replace the artwork of the game. Then Tofu Rabbit comes along. This was posted in 2024. Hey, Bungie and everybody else. So the Nerf Ace of Spades directly lifts a commission I did in 2015. This is not similar or a coincidence. You can see my name, my same brush strokes and scratches / smudges. So that is example 2. And there's more. Don't worry. Here's the example that was listed earlier. Julian said, I just realized Bungie took inspiration from my piece for this week's cutscene. Certainly took me by surprise when I watched the cutscene. There is also the Red War allegations where a writer has discussed that they believe that Bungie utilized their story to create the Red War story, which is now no longer available because they sunset it in their game. To Bungie's credit, they have responded to the story we're talking about today and stories in the past. Destiny 2 team responding to Tofu Bunny. This is back in 2024. We are currently investigating internally and with our partner. We are in contact with the artist and will share more on what next steps we are taking once we have gathered more information. Okay, great. It's good to know that they are working with that particular artist. In addition to that, the artist I mentioned before commented, hey, I'm the artist whose artwork was used for the Witness cutscene from last year. It's been a year, and I'm still waiting for that compensation that you said will be given. Haven't heard a word since. Cosmo, to his credit, said, hey, sorry this got missed. I shot you an email. Hit me back there or DM here, and we will track this down for you. Do you see where I'm going with this story yet? This is a pattern. Reed said Bungie offered compensation to the artist they took work from, but it turns out there's another person whose work was taken and used that they also offered compensation, but they never followed through. Come on, Bungie Destiny 2 team, what's going on here? And that was the artist whose concept art was utilized in the internal documentation. It's really, really interesting that this keeps happening. Some people have also talked about this Forbes story where Destiny 2 used Xivu Arath fan art for a new Witch Queen trailer. This was written by Paul Tassi. And Relay had made this artwork, and basically their artwork was used. It was straight up used in the cutscene. Bungie even responded to this story saying, that is not the post that we're getting to. We're going to get to that in a second. There was a mix-up when creating this post, and Relay's art was accidentally used. Another confirmation from a Bungie employee. We have reached out to them and got permission to use their work and are now crediting them for this awesome community depiction of Xivu Arath. Thanks so much for reaching out to me over the weekend and being an absolute gem of a community manager, Cosmo. Now let's go back to the Marathon example. That artist's work is prevalent throughout the entire design of the game. This has soured sentiment in the community, and it has brought up questions about their usage of AI and concerns about Bungie, generally speaking. This is from Exputer, who said, Bungie is hiring employees to use generative AI in their games. The studio will become one of the first for embracing such a drastic change. Now, this was written back in 2023, and notice a lot of these stories are from 2024, with the exception of the concept art of the original Destiny. The confirmed job listing has now been deleted. AI tech has also started seeping into the gaming industry, with some studios already beginning to embrace and use it in controversial ways. Bungie has recently started hiring employees with an expertise in generative AI tech to use in its projects. As initially spotted by the Game Post, the job listing, dubbed Generative AI Lead Tools Engineer, seeks to hire each to partner with other devs and utilize the Gen AI models in its projects. Now, I don't know whatever came of that. I'm not alluding to anything there. I'm just saying this was also something that came up in the posts. So the reaction to all of this, well, let's go back to Reed here. He said, ever notice how it's always an outside party or someone who no longer works there when it comes to this stuff? Bungie is notorious for art theft at this point. It's absolutely unreal. It's happening again. And just so we are clear, I want you all to know that I did reach out to comment before recording this video, as I always do. The email reads as follows. Hi, I wanted to reach out directly to ask if any official comment beyond the X.com and Discord post is being offered at this time. I tuned into the stream today and heard Joe mention that outreach is being made to make it right. Can you confirm whether that action has taken place? I'm asking if they've made contact yet. Separately, I'm looking into the earlier allegations regarding the use of Xivu Arath artwork in 2021. Has a settlement been reached with the creators involved, including Reed, Tofu Rabbit, Julian, and Mal-E? I understand this isn't an easy topic, but I'm doing my due diligence here. I reached out about the Unreal story, got no comment. I reached out about this story, and I expect no comment. That's just what you can expect a lot of times with these cases. And what I really want to know is they have publicly said that they have reached out to this creator, but we have several examples where they did the same thing but didn't follow through. So if any creator has found themselves in this situation, and I did reach out to all the creators to ask, hey, did this ever actually get solved, or was it just public platitudes? I want to know the answer to that question. Paul says, showing another example, and this is like littered all over
it's not
Marathon right now. You know what? We're gonna do this live. I wonder if their website is still.
He's actually getting into it right now, but it's not average sci-fi cyberpunk stuff. It's artwork from an independent artist that was lifted, just like this is straight up Control-C, Control-P. Like completely unaltered besides like color tint.
Live like now. Marathonthegame.com. Let's see. It looks a little different. I think they had that pattern, and you can see it during the transitions actually on the website where the pattern is going to be shown. Can I pause this? And I bet if we watch this trailer, we're also going to see all of those art assets.
What's worse is this isn't Bungie's first time
as being utilized
taking other people's art
trailer.
without asking them.
It looks like, yeah, there it is. There's the pattern that they're being accused of utilizing. And if you go back to Paul's original tweet, we can actually get a look at it. So there's the circles, there's the squares, there's the circles, there's the squares. Like we're watching
the
it happen in real time.
fifth time.
So they need to scrub the website.
I'm pretty sure,
they need
if
to go
not more,
through all of these little design things that they've added to the game to make sure that they haven't used anything from this creator. It's going to be a massive undertaking. So the community reaction has been sour, to say the least. There's another example from Paul. Bungie stealing Marathon art is probably the last straw. You know, I'm not even halfway through this story yet, and I feel like I'm done.
Oh, Paul Tassie's fucking pissed, man.
I'm beating the dead horse already.
Like, he was a Destiny player as well.
shall we? Anna Mensis mentions that some of the music also sounds somewhat similar. I don't know if that one holds a lot of water, but there was also an interview that Gene Park did over at the Washington Post that I thought was superb. Marathon, she said, is covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017.
Yeah, this is the
And
one
all
that
of the
most people are
creators,
talking
by the
about right
way,
now.
So Joe Cross and everybody, they follow this creator and have for a few years. Now, I'm not saying all of the aesthetic elements have been lifted, but they have admitted to this mistake happening and they have dismissed the person in question. I don't know how Marathon ever comes back from this. I think this allegation
It
is
won't.
going to linger. I cannot personally look at Marathon without seeing this other creator's work now. Marathon gameplay, she said, she very quickly began to spot her work. Hook's futuristic iconography and font designs are posted on social media sites such as Tumblr and X as far back as 2017, and similar features are seen all over the environment and objects within Marathon. She pointed out the similarities through her social media on Thursday. It was kind of vindicating to see direct plagiarism because it meant I wasn't crazy for feeling so uncomfortable with the overall direction, Hook told the Washington Post. I keep quiet about it because I was advised to seek legal action, but I don't have enough time or money to fly to the US to pursue an unwinnable court case against Sony. And that's who they'd be going up against, really. Hook said this is also not the first time she has seen her work lifted, and she
That's
has
fucking
made posts
insane.
over the years alleging other organizations tracing and lifting her
There's
work.
no justice
She
for
said she relies on
smaller
donations
creators.
from her
There's only
various
justice
online
for people with
projects,
money.
and this recent incident has seen hundreds of people donating money and support. That is great. I'd kind of had to learn to shut up about these cases because they've happened so constantly over the past 10 years, she said. It was tiring to be viewed as someone who complains
Nice.
more than as an artist, but the response this time has been overwhelmingly understanding, and I'm extremely thankful for the support. I am glad to hear that they are getting support because they deserve it.
Okay.
The community sentiment, however, is in the toilet. Here's Ethan Gatz from Kotaku. I don't think Marathon is cooked, which probably puts me in the minority at this point, but it does feel like there is a growing chasm between between what players are worried about and how Bungie talks about those things. Ethan is the most optimistic post that I could find, which is why I used it. My name is Bife, known
I don't
for
think
doing
they're
Destiny
cooked.
lore, simply tweeted, delay it. I absolutely agree. Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming said Bungie has got to take Marathon back to the drawing board, quite literally, because
Do they have the
need
money to do that?
recreate or build a ton of assets. Pirate Software said, been seeing this as an official response from Bungie on stolen art appearing throughout Marathon. They posted it on a side account that has no golden check mark, attribution, or connection anywhere outside of a tweet from April 23rd. My goodness. Yeah, I've said this for a while now, but the more we see and hear, the less I think it will actually make a difference, says Paul Tassi. And just real quick about what they talked about in the stream, he says it was good to address it directly, but the statement is the tweets expanded really. Community likely cannot be swayed at this point. Alpha feedback stuff does not seem terribly impactful for those on the fence. Entire stream deeply uncomfortable. They were incredibly uncomfortable during the entirety of the stream. Even AI could tell it was uncomfortable. This is a viewer who was watching and got the AI synopsis. Viewers are expressing disappointment, frustration, and skepticism regarding Bungie's response to the plagiarism controversy surrounding their upcoming game,
analytics.
Concord 2.0. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be
Bruh,
professional.
who cares?
I
The game
didn't know
looks like
that
a
the
boring
AI came
generic
up with
shooter.
that. Many are
Well, that's not the
criticizing
point. The
Bungie
point
for
is
repeatedly
people are caring
engaging
about the
in
game
art
is
theft and lack of
the art
transparency
is being
and are concerned
like
about
taken
the game's
without
future success
authorization.
and Bungie's reputation. I should have read that ahead of time.
I don't think a lot
I
of
read it live. I didn't realize that.
like before all of this happened, there wasn't a lot of positive sentiment around Marathon anyway. Like it was already kind of bleak before, and now it's just like, wow, now it's just even worse.
That's what it said.
But yeah, the
but a lot
point
of
is
people are worried that yes, we are marching.
the point is Bungie, which is a massive company under Sony, which is even a more massive company, takes people's art without them like allowing it. They're just like straight up Control C, Control P.
Towards Concord 2.0. And when asked during a live
Even though
stream
they have like
riddled
fucking
with technical
millions upon
problems
billions.
about proximity chat, Bungie said they're still trying to figure out how to implement it, something they had addressed in the past, and what their version of it would be like. Your version of it should just be proximity chat.
They can literally go
Stop
out and hire anyone they
overthinking it.
wanted to.
Add it to the game.
With
That's
that
my
kind of money.
advice, free of charge. And
Instead, they
please,
go out and just
I
like take
will
it.
help you for free with your Discord
That's
call
what
audio technical
people are
issues
pissed off
if
about.
you ever need it. But I have a feeling I'm not going to be on the good guy list in the near future. What a story. It has been just so many things happening in regards to this story, and the past allegations are saddening to see from a studio that I really care about. They made some of my favorite games, and this really gives them a mountain to climb yet again. It was all over their face the entire live stream. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I do greatly appreciate it. I appreciate the members. If you want to support my work, you can do so at patreon.com/SaveStatePlus, or you can become a member on YouTube. Big shout out to Christopher Eddy, Phil Aroni, Spingetter, and Aries EMS. I'm going to get out of here, but if you want to actually check out the Unity story that Dean Hall is making some accusations against Unity about, you can check that out down there. Hopefully Unity actually gets back to me. I would love to update that one with hopefully some good news as that deadline has approached. I'm going to see you for the next one. Bye.
Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to watch. Give me a sec, laundry's done. Wrong material. So it should be white as well. It has some portions here that are black to match the female version. There's also a section of gray here. Where could that go? Maybe here? And then we have gray black down this way. Wait, not here. Right above it. Or right below it. Or maybe we should just have this area white. We also need to incorporate these rings somehow. Also, I need to redo the low poly here and like rebake this. This doesn't look very good. There's like a lot of detail here, but not enough geometry to support it. I guess it looks alright from here, but if you're like here at a glancing angle, there's not enough geometry. Wait, what's that? Oh, you can't have any soju. You're not old enough to have soju. You gotta be 21 years old to drink soju. Oops. I'm streaming. Yeah, stream. Good. Hey. Fuck. Ooh, thank you. Nice. Too loud. Indoor voice. Indoor voice. We live in an apartment. People are gonna hate us. Okay, woo woo. Okay, it's just the neighbors. Thanks. Woo is acting like a guard dog, always. She'll howl if I don't call her back, which is very, very loud, husky howls. Yeah, that's Run away. You ran away far. Oh, I want to try out some troubleshooting. I came across this Reddit thread where you're supposed to like redo the shaders. I don't know. You know, like Bethesda games, they're kind of like a DIY kind of game. You gotta go in there and fix it yourself for it to actually run. So, shader cache reinstall. Disk cleanup. Clear DirectX shader cache and temporary files. Yeah, anyway, we'll do this later once we start playing Oblivion Remastered. I feel like there should be some black up here and then some white down here. I don't know. Retopo and ZBrush's diabolical work. I mean, you can either do it here or you can do it in like another program. Like normally I would export this to Modo and then do it there. But I'm just doing like Retopo for a high poly. It's not like an actual Retopo for the low poly that will go into the game. So it does kind of work here. I would not advise using the topology tool for like actual like low poly for game engine work. It's just not accurate enough. Also, you're gonna have to export anyway to do UVs, so might as well just do it in your poly modeling app of choice. Maya, Modo, 3ds Max, Blender, of course. But yeah, just trying to figure out. Hey, baby. Just trying to figure out the. Just trying to figure out the secondary forms. For those who don't know, there's like primary, secondary, and tertiary forms. So primary would be like the silhouette, larger base forms. Secondary would be like these smaller, these smaller scale-like pieces here. Tertiary would be your like your final, kind of like your finishing touches almost. It's like different levels of detail. Oops. I keep hitting that button, man. Fat fingering the H and G. Can you guys hear that? My dogs are growling. I should probably go drink some water instead of soju. We'll do that in a bit. Hey, woo-woo. I got work to do. Can't play now. Do wait. We have gold here. Let's get the black and then possibly the white here. Oh, let's go. Yeah, we need more pieces. Dude, that was a nightmare. I feel like there's a better way to go about it. I was thinking like geometry nodes with Blender or something, but I'm just not smart enough to do that yet. I barely know how to navigate through Blender, let alone use geometry nodes to create that kind of pattern. But I did it and it's done. It was a massive pain in the butt, but it's done. The issue is going forward. Like, I'll have to do that with like in Project Nova. If there's gonna be like creatures, I'm gonna have to do that same process all over again, unless I figure out a better way to do that. Which is the very frustrating part. Or maybe I'll hold off on that until I'll hold off on like making new content. Hey guys, making new content with scales until I can like start generating revenue, generating money with Project Nova, and I can hire on artists to do that for me. and then the people working on Project Nova, they'll have to fucking do all of that by hand. Kind of a bad precedent I've set here. There's definitely gotta be a better way to do this. Like with vampire skills and everything. for those who don't know what Vinny's talking about, so all of these scales on like the meshes, I did that by using a fucking Damien standard. So basically just like this, I would get like this Damien standard brush and I just like go like this, and then like I'd carve out like in each individual scale, and then I'd go over it with like standard brush, and then I like pop them out a little bit. Oops, okay, that's RGB. So I pop them out a little bit with like the standard brush, and that's how I did every single fucking scale on these models. For the Abyssals, the Infested, and the Vampires over here. But I don't know how you're gonna be able to get this detail like otherwise. There's like so much anatomical detail that you can't really get through automated means. And that's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. Like the wings, for instance. The wings are basically an entirely new race in terms of how much work went into sculpting each scale on the wings. Like the amount of sculpting work here on the vampire wings by hand, it kind of equals like another race. So instead of 5 races, you can think of Project Nova being 6 races, or maybe 5.5. I doubt Geonodes give it. Yeah, true, but it could be a good start, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, scales are hard, man. I don't know. I looked around. I couldn't find like any kind of like automated process of going about making scales, like the way I want them to look anyway. And I don't know if one actually even exists. But like that's the kind of thing like AI would be good for. Maybe I can use AI for that. I think the real way to go about doing that is by using alphas. So I have like I made some crocodile alphas used based off of crocodilian skin. So you just like drag and drop this texture. So I think that's how most people do it. I think most people just do it through like alphas, and then they do touch-up work after that. Yeah. I don't know. I just chose to do it all by hand. Try layer brush with circular alpha on a mesh with morph target. Ah, okay. Layer brush with circular alpha. So you mean like layers here? Morph target. Huh. I've actually never tried doing that. I should probably learn how to do that. Yeah, I need to learn how to use layers more. I know layers are really powerful. I've seen Raphael Grassetti use layers a lot in his live streams when he was doing them. No, not that. Layer brush. Is there actually like a layer brush in here? Oh, this? I've never used this. Layer brush. With like an alpha you said? Let's just try like this one here. Oh wow, what the heck? That's crazy. Yo, look at that. Oh my god. I didn't even know this brush existed. What the heck? Thanks Kumar. Thanks for Nikuna, Kumar. Oh my god, look at that. That's actually crazy. I could have just used that instead of drag alpha, okay. Oh, it's still layering though. Or do you mean like drag dot? Oh, that's just like normal though. I think it was like working properly before like. Oh wait, that seems kind of normal though. What does this actually do? Is there a description for this? Or layered pattern maybe? Whoa. I need to experiment with the layer brushes. Enable morph target. Okay. Morph target. Store morph target first. And then let's go switch back to the layered. Wait. Oh, like drag rec or... And then... Switch? And then we'll... Oh, wait. And then we'll switch again? Yeah, I definitely need to figure out this stuff more. I don't ever like really use more targets stuff. Which I probably should be using. Drag again. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Like the previous mask there, it's getting like automatically masked out. I mean the alpha is getting automatically masked out. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that sounds really powerful. I'll use that whenever I'm working on something organic again. Thanks, Vinny. Is there polygrips? Maybe grip front? That might be easier because for some reason, yeah, let's go try grip in front. Wait. Grip front. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit faster. I should really start using like the more obscure buttons that I don't really use in ZBrush. I've been using ZBrush for like 10 years, but there's still like stuff I don't use just because, I don't know, I'm stupid, I guess. Group front. Yeah, there we go. It takes like the camera view and then polygroups all polygroups. It groups all polygons facing the camera. So I just have a nice 2D thing to work from. 2D plane. How do I work in these rings here? There needs to be like some semblance of like a clavicle and the rib cage underneath. I think that's a really cool detail. But I also want like the male mesh to look more robust, so maybe we don't add that in. Or maybe we put that kind of detail somewhere else. Yeah, we also have some leather back here. Oh my god. I'm drawing these lines too close to each other. They're welding. Maybe we should weld these instead. Go ahead and do that. There we go. I can make some coffee. I got a new Violetti mocha pot. I want to test it out. Drinking some water. Right back. Yeah, have you worked on anything for Night Rain, Beneath? I think I read somewhere that you worked on like Elden Ring. Yeah, Night Rain is looking pretty cool. I'm probably not gonna play it myself, but it does look pretty good. For like a co-op kind of survival battle royale sort of thing. Nice. The Dread. Yeah, I like the PvP. Oh, not Night Rain. Oh yeah. I like the PvP too much. Yeah. I like the PvP too much in the base game. I don't know. Something about like the fact that like an invader can just come in whenever and just ruin your day. It makes the game feel way more challenging and more tense too, which is nice. I think that's the only way I've ever gotten almost 5,000 hours in Elden Ring. It's a good game. Yeah, invaders are definitely a great mechanic. It's so awesome how there's like YouTubers who have like actually built their entire careers off of invading. Yeah, I know, right? Whenever I invade, it's always like it's always like a low-level host, and they have like these insanely powerful sun bros with them. They're like these completely over-leveled phantoms. They're just like just wreck your day. But whenever like I get invaded, or like whenever the host I'm with gets invaded, because I sunbro a lot, I do a lot of co-op. It's always like this. It's basically just like chase the bro every single time. they're all wearing the spiral shield, the Omen Smirk mask, the scaled armor set. Bull goats greaves. Every single time. They have like duped rot drawstring on a rapier. Oh god. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Elden Ring, the entire Soulsborne series, for that matter, they've captured that essence of like PvP really well, I think. I stopped after the DLC drop. There's too many sweats, yeah. Yeah. It becomes a point where like, yeah, it does get way too sweaty. Especially with the new pots, the hefty pots. The moment you see an invader toss one of those, you know they aren't farming for them. You know shit's gonna go down. Yeah, I've been playing Oblivion Remastered just to take a break from Elden Ring. Although I'm kind of in like a quagmire. It's kind of hard to figure out like what kind of game I want to invest a lot of my time in now. But personally, I like to spend a lot of time in one game and not branch out too much until I get bored with that game and then I move on. Yeah, it's been kind of hard to find something that I like. I know a lot of people have been talking about Claire Obscura, but I'm not really. I do like story, but story should be kind of like a backdrop to. I don't know. I guess I like action games. I prefer action and PvP games, but I'm not like hardcore enough to like play something like Arma, or like Tarkov. I'm just not that hardcore enough to play those kind of games. I need something more casual. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having fun with Oblivion Remastered. When it works anyway. When it's not crashing all the time. Just like in the original game. Oh, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's good. I played the heck out of Monster Hunter World. I couldn't get into Wilds just because of the performance issues. And I heard like it's easier. I heard Monster Hunter Wilds is easier than World. And like World was pretty tough, but it was also doable, which I really liked. It was like the perfect sweet spot of difficulty. And the Fatalis fight is so hype. Every single time I play that Fatalis fight in Monster Hunter World, it's like the music and the amount of damage Fatalis does, especially in his second phase, if you haven't broken his horns off, is definitely like Dark Souls boss level of damage. You get hit once or twice and you're dead. Well, not dead, carded. No one dies in Monster Hunter World. It's a more friendly universe. The endgame in base Wilds, though, it's a bit harder than base World. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool to know. Yeah, I just had a really rough time trying to get, like, Wilds set up. I'm getting, like, similar issues in the Oblivion Remastered. But, like, a game like that shouldn't have that level of poor performance. It's just... I don't know. I just feel like games these days are really rushed in that regard. They don't spend the time to really clean up and polish a game before releasing it. Which is fair, like the original OG Oblivion had a ton of bugs. But they should have at least gotten rid of some of the game-breaking ones. Like crashes. Wait until the expansion for optimization? Yeah. I'm hoping that they'll optimize it eventually. But I just don't know how much optimization they can do. I heard the issues are more fundamental. They're pretty deep, like engine specific issues. Yeah, I don't know. You just have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, it's really hyped to play Wilds. Some really neat monster designs. Like the 3D stuff. I feel like if this 3D stuff was, if it was like rendered properly and like if they had like the lead developer for the game I'm currently working on, Maddock, if they had him work on all the optimization and stuff and really make the 3D models shine, oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine how good Wilds would look? It would run like at a buttery smooth 120 FPS, and it would have like full dynamic lighting. Like everything would be insane. You can run it at like max settings at native resolution, no upscaling required. Yeah, I want those games back again. I want to run at native. I don't want DLSS. I don't want any AI upscaling. A game should be able to run fine as is. While I'm wishing, I might as well ask for like a pony or something. or in this, I'll ask for a Kirin. Because it's Monster Hunter. Yeah, Nvidia's been making some really interesting choices recently. I think their plan is to just like push DLSS as a must-have piece of software. So like if you aren't running Nvidia DLSS, then your game sucks. I think that's what they want to do. They want to monopolize that aspect of software and then get every single game developer on board with that, so that if you aren't running if the consumer if they haven't bought like the latest RTX 50 series or whatever, if they aren't running an Nvidia GPU, then they're kind of screwed. And that's how they're gonna monopolize the GPU market. Like instead of saying, hey, we have a really great product here, and just because the product is good, we're gonna form a monopoly off of that. They're like, no, you gotta have DLSS. If you don't have DLSS, you can't play games, period. Because like every other game developer is on board with DLSS. Everyone's on board with like AI upscaling. I just think that's really bad. Games should be running at native. The upscale is the biggest scam that we have in India. You know what? I kind of agree. I actually kind of agree. Like the kind of shit that like the kind of shit that executives pull off and like bigger companies pull off, they're like nothing compared to like scam call centers. I mean like reverse. Scam call centers are like nothing compared to what these big companies are pulling off. or at least attempting to anyway. I don't know. When in doubt, there's still Morrowind. At least I can still play Morrowind in Diablo 2 forever until the end of time. Hope AMD coming to get the native 60 FPS. It honestly should be higher than 60. It should be like 80 to 100 FPS. 60 FPS is like early 2000s kind of level, I think. We honestly should be seeing like 80 to 100 these days, like bare minimum specs. $80 to $100 native resolution. I don't know. DLS is upscaling just looks so bad. It looks awful. It actually makes everything look so bad. Like, think about how much time you spend making a model in ZBrush, right? Only to have like the end result look grainy and just like potato. for the end user. It's rough. Yeah. To be fair, like 60 is okay. I can play on 60. I have everything capped at 60 just for like pre-streaming purposes. So personally, I'm fine with 60 as well. Yeah, it should be higher. It should be higher than 60. My goal for Project Nova is to have it run at like 80 to 100, a native resolution on maybe like a GTX 1080 or something like that. GTX, yeah. Something like from 2010 maybe. That's what I'm aiming for. It's got if a game isn't like buttery smooth, it really ruins a lot of the immersion. If you're having to constantly troubleshoot things, if the motion doesn't match the game, it's pretty rough for immersion. Like players aren't gonna talk about it. They're gonna be like, wow, cool game. But then like players will just like silently drop off. They're gonna stop playing the game. And they won't really talk about it because they don't know how to talk about it. But then you're just gonna end up with like no one playing the game, which is bad. Use DDGI instead of Lumen. Lumen GI takes around 5 to 8 milliseconds per frame. I've never heard of DDGI. Use whatever the Crytek guys use. Yeah, maybe. To be honest, I haven't done any research into this stuff. I've just been trying to make relatively efficient models. Yeah, thanks for the tip. I'll write that down. Okay. In my notes. Oh. Man, I feel like taking a nap. I was gonna play some Oblivion later, but maybe I should go take a nap, and I'll go play Oblivion later tonight. We'll power through. I was gonna make a coffee. Hmm. SIGGRAPH and GDC have presentations, very extensive videos on global illumination, very helpful for artists like us folks. Yeah. I have to go look at them. Like the way you unwrap something also has an effect. Well, shaders have an effect on how you should unwrap models as well. There's just so much that goes into making a game. It's kind of nuts. The kind of stuff you have to learn. But I'm definitely up for it. I've gotten this far. Just gotta spend another decade. We'll get there eventually. Sigma difference. The turtle wins the race. There's like a little bit here and there. You ever see Shawshank Redemption? It's like It's like I'm the dude like slowly taking out little pinches of dirt out of the pinches of concrete out of the wall. That's how we're gonna get this done. And the best part is I don't have like any big publisher that's gonna come in and say, oh, you know what, we're gonna cancel your project. Too bad, I guess. Yeah. We're just gonna get this done little by little. In that regard, think about it, like Project Nova is actually further ahead than Concord. Like if you never lose if you never give up. It's like the Dark Souls strategy, right? You'll never go hollow if you never give up. Oops, let's shots fired. It's fine. It's already been blown to smithereens. There's nothing to even shoot at anymore. Everyone's already done with the firing range. Like what was there is gone now because of all the shots. I'm just firing out into like an open range with nothing downwind because it's blown to smithereens. Hey, wait. No barking. No wow wow.
Dans la ville on est des sauvages, la nuit on crée des orages. Elle fait qu'on fait le flip, on se cache dans le fourrage. Des miroirs, un mirage, pistolet, pirate. Ta pute, elle me gosse, tire le nuage. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison, cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Dans tes cauchemars, sont tes péchés. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison, cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Matamos por la noche cuando nos era el consciente. Llegamos a la batalla, todo el mundo salvaje. La nena bailando por la música no pare. Llegamos a la batalla, una cepa de animales. Ram, pam, pam, mano arriba everybody. Llegamos a la batalla, todo el mundo salvaje. La nena bailando por la música no pare. Llegamos a la batalla, toda la nena en camuflaje. Con la gente para atrás. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison, cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Dans tes cauchemars, sont tes péchés. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison, cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Matamos por la noche cuando nos era el consciente. Copa de veneno. It ain't never hurt nobody. Bendecido de primero. We just wanna feel something. Una copa de veneno. I can hear the whispers talking. Moriremos todos solteros. It be creeping on me. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Dans tes cauchemars, sont tes péchés. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Matamos por la noche cuando nos era el consciente. En la oscuridad, nunca sabes lo que va a pasar. Si juegas con fuego te vas a quemar. Tu cuerpo de ceniza, nadie es inmortal. En la oscuridad, si escapas del bosque te van a buscar. Los lobos esperando y listos para cazar. Y si te encuentran en el camino te van a matar. C'est un serpent, una serpiente. Fouille ta maison cuando era ausente. Tu en silence, algo de mente. Dans tes
I should change this to more consistent. Guys, chill out. Sorry, my dogs. My dogs are. I think Woo is bored. I should really spend some time with her and chase her around the house. Whoa. Guys, hey, Woo, stop that. They don't listen to me. They're like in their rebellious teenage years, both of them. Wait. If you get bit, you can't cry about it. Okay? If Chocho bites you, that's all I need. Yeah, you keep pissing him off like that. He's gonna bite you, and it's gonna hurt. Woo Woo is the troublemaker for sure. She's half Pomeranian, half Husky. And she's a green tea bitch, according to my wife. And I kind of have to agree. For those who don't know what a green tea bitch is, it's like Chinese internet slang for like a girl who acts all innocent and cute, but actually she's like a fucking horrible person. Or at least mischievous. But yeah, that's woo woo. That's the Pomsky that I have. And I should play Cyberpunk again. That was a good game. I heard the progression is more linear than before though, which is kind of, I don't know, not bad. If there's like a sale on the DLC, I might get back into Cyberpunk. Because I bought the game on I think I got it on Epic or something. I pre-ordered it on Epic, which is like the worst way to go about buying Cyberpunk, because it released on Steam and now it's like you can have everything on Steam. And I hardly ever open Epic, the Epic store, because they don't have user reviews. That's another thing. Well, how come the Epic store did? How come they don't have user reviews? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, players can leave negative reviews. That is a thing that happens. But players can also leave positive reviews, and that's how you get a lot of sales. So I don't understand why they don't have a review system in place. Right? They don't have a review system. Unless I'm like crazy. And like just don't know what I'm talking about. I have to log. Are you here to bother me now? Is that what's going on? Enter the 6-digit security code we sent. It's always something. It's always something, isn't it? 2-factor. Who needs 2-factor? Okay. Yeah, you want 2-factor. Summary of changes. We have updated our privacy policy. Okay. They want to use all my data for AI. Okay, accept. Also, don't sue us. That's what's in there. I'm sure. I'm sure that's what the UELA is all about. Don't sue us. We take all your info and use it for AI. And also sell it to third parties. Yeah, is there user reviews? Let's go check out Clear Obscura on Epic. If it's gonna load up. You never know. You never know how long it takes to load something on the Epic Store. Watch this. While this is loading. Oh, okay. It's up. It's up. Okay, there is a star system 4.9. We have reviews by critics. They aren't individual users though. This is Extra Life, GameRant, and PC Gamer. Yeah, Epic player ratings 4.9. Is there anything else here? Any like written text that? No. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. They don't have. Epic doesn't have like user reviews. Probably here's the occasional free stuff they put out. Yeah, I don't know. They need a review system. If they actually want to compete with Steam, if that's their thing. So we have some bands. Too loud. We have some bands going up and down here. Let's go make these less curvy. And also broader. Oops. You bored? Hey, you're bored, aren't you? I know, you keep bothering Cho-Cho. He's really angry. Hey! Enough, okay? Give me a sec. you. You're gonna sit up here and sculpt with me. Yes. No more pissing Chocho off. You're stuck up here with me. You keep biting Chocho on the face. You getting fat? You better not get fat. Imagine that, a fat husky. That'd be so shameful. You know you used to be a wolf? Your ancestors used to be wolves, yeah. Yeah. Now look at you. Pathetic. Where were we? Oh yeah, okay. Split that off.
Man, yeah, original deadly and tobacco on your case again. That's right. Yo. If it's war, then we're ready. Whatever necessary. Somebody bound for bury. Make we sink them like a ferry. No time for dilly-dally. In the dark in my valley. Hunt them through the valley. Burn them out just like McCallie. Them don't know the half. Get a youth. Put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh. Them don't know that we are go win. Them a kill we are. But we still living. Them a kill we are. No, we not giving. Them don't know the half. Get a youth. Put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh. Them don't know that we are go win. Them a kill we are. But we still living. Them a kill we are. No, we not giving. We see them afraid. Them guns them into the streets. It's a murder. I wonder why you they go kill and left them like panic.
Yeah, now you know how it feels, huh? Now you know how Chocho feels.
Take with a criminal, them a plan for a funeral. Effect where we chemical, give we food with no mineral. Them treat we like animals, so they use them turn radical. I will if I think them try, but still we rise, it's a miracle. It's spiritual warfare, my sister them don't care. The system they don't fair,
don't
so
mess
tell
with people.
them we don't scare. It's very clear, make them know, set them judgment very near. If it's war, then we ready, whatever necessary. Somebody bound for bury, make we sing them like a ferry. No time for dilly-dally, in the dark in my valley. On them through the valley, burn them out just like McCallie. Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we ain't go win. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are.
Oh my god.
Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we ain't go win. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are. No, we're not giving. Long time we've been a victim, caught up in a system. Every day a bloodshed, war I'm predicting. The youths need uplifting, stop them from drifting. No matter what them try, get a youth keep persisting. Every day we're fighting, instead of us uniting. That's not the right thing, bloodshed them inciting. Murder them writing, life flash like a lightning. Long time me no said them white too conniving. Oh hey, tell them said they get a youth, now come yourself to play. Hey, oh hey, stop make the innocent youth go astray. If it's war, then we're ready, whatever necessary. Somebody I go bury, make we sing them like a ferry. No time for dilly-dally, in the dark in my valley.
Wait, what?
Run them through the valley, run them out just like McCallie. Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we are go win. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are, no we not giving. Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we are go win. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are, no we not giving. Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we are go win. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are, no we not giving. Them don't know the half, get a youth, put them pressure in. Them a make we laugh, them don't know that we are going. Them a kill we are, but we still living. Them a kill we are, no we not giving. No time at all.
You wanna get that? Get that.
Tension in the streets as fates collide. The wind is waking, dream. You have closed your eyes. There was a fate to take the things that we knew. As visions pass, I can see now you. Worlds drift away.
I save it. I haven't saved it in a while.
Just pictures in a frame. Can you hear me now? No, far behind. From the place we knew, no
Alright, take care, Vinny. Have a good one. Cheers for hanging out with us. To be honest, I kind of feel like taking a nap. I had a whole bottle of soju just now. I'm trying to power through though. I think that was a bad idea to drink on stream. If I can power through to like another hour, I'll probably be fine. I don't know. Getting drunk and then falling asleep, it sounds fun, but it's not really how I expected my Saturday to go. I hope I can get some more work done. Like last week, I didn't get a lot of work done. I played too much like Oblivion Remastered. I don't know. I play a lot of like weird ass games. Besides Elden Ring. I can't believe I reinstalled Destiny 2. That was a weak point. That was a weak point in my life there. What's next? Am I gonna play World of Warcraft on a Turtle WoW again? At this rate, maybe. What I should do is just like download a hentai game or something. And that'll give me the energy I need. Nah, I've been trying to get my schedule back on track. And failing. Like, some of you may have noticed I've been online at like 7 a.m. Malaysian time. And it's not because I'm an early riser. It's because I'm the opposite. Hey, wait. You bored again? Oh, Hey. I'm streaming. Yeah, I'm streaming. I got some ice shit. Wait. She puts her paw on my arm and she's like, hey, stop streaming. Pay attention to me. You gotta stop streaming and play fetch. That's what she wants, I think. You see that? I look at the replay now. She puts her paw on my arm and she's like, hey, stop streaming. Play with me. What time is it? It's 9:30. I have been live for 3 hours. I haven't done anything like... I haven't done any gaming. I think I'll take a nap here, yeah. I'm gonna spend some time with my dogs, take a short nap. I'll be back on later tonight. Shirlene's coming home. She's back from Korea. So, I gotta spend some time with Shirlene as well. But yeah, definitely get some more work done this weekend. I'm gonna rename this stream as just Project Nova instead of Project Nova and Oblivion Remastered, because I'm a dirty clickbait content creator now that uses the popularity of Oblivion Remastered to get my name out there. But yeah, we'll probably play some later. I might actually figure out how to... I'll see if I can get like the crashing to stop happening with the game. Maybe. See if the Redditors know what's up with the shader caching and all that. We'll try to get that done off stream, and then yeah, we'll get some more work done and Oblivion Remastered later tonight, maybe in like a couple hours. Yeah, it was a fun stream. Thoughts and prayers for the people at Bungie. Hope they hope they don't feel too down. Yeah, take care, guys. Bye bye.